Today, we'll be talking about something in Egypt which is not the pyramids, which have a lot of mystique around in, and this is the Ancient Egypt Stone Vases. Before we get into the main part of today's video, we want to give you a brief bit of background information on what exactly we will be talking about. The ancient Egyptian stone vases are artifacts crafted from various types of stones, notable for their utility, artistic merit, and cultural significance in ancient Egyptian society and what it has done for the country as a whole. These vases, dating from the pre-dynastic period through to the New Kingdom and beyond, were used in a variety of contexts including religious, funerary, and everyday life. So, they are just stone vases that allow us to see what life was like back then, with what material they used, the crafting methods, and much more. They are crucial artifacts to see what ancient Egypt was really like. In conclusion, ancient Egyptian stone vases are multifunctional artifacts that illustrate the advanced technological skills and rich cultural heritage of ancient Egypt. They were integral to various aspects of daily life, religious practices, and funerary customs, making them key objects of study for understanding this ancient civilization. Now that you know much more about these stone vases from ancient Egyptian times, we want to tell you what else we'll be going through today, and some theories along the way. First off, we will be looking at how they could be made so perfectly and the materials used. Then, we'll talk a fair bit about the Egyptian stonework and, of course, about the pyramids. And then, we'll cap off the video talking about theories regarding if there was any other help to create the stonework within Egypt. Let's get right into it, shall we? Egypt is known for its history, and the work they have done with stone over time has been impressive. You have countless amount of pyramids which are world-renowned, however, the stone vases go under the radar. So today, we want to explore into this side of Egypt, which needs to be talked about more. We want to tell you exactly how these stone vases were made based upon the facts, and later on in the video, we will get into some possible theories which challenge the facts that we are about to say. For starters, stone blocks were extracted from quarries using copper tools and wooden wedges, which would not be an easy task at all with what they had compared to what we have today. The wedges were driven into cracks in the rock and then soaked with water, causing them to expand and split the stone. Craftsmen would then carefully select stones for their quality, color, and absence of flaws. They were pretty smart people for their time. The rough shape of the vase was chiseled out using stone hammers and copper chisels. Artisans would sketch the desired shape on the stone and then gradually work to remove excess material. Then, after the initial rough shaping and hollowing, finer tools were used to refine the shape. Copper chisels, flint tools, and abrasives helped achieve the precise dimensions and smooth surfaces, and to make sure they looked almost perfect, so they would stand the test of time. Decorative elements and inscriptions were added using fine chisels and pointed tools. Skilled artisans could create intricate designs, including hieroglyphs, floral motifs, and geometric patterns. This is what you see when looking at them. The designs are very iconic and are noticed all over the world, as you would not believe they were done so many years ago. For these iconic stone vases, the materials used would normally be alabaster, also known as calcite, basalt, granite, diorite, schist, and other materials were used to make the vases. Overall, it has to be said that the whole production and creation of these stone vases 5,000 years ago was something that was quite extraordinary and something well ahead of its time. Hence, why there are so many theories around it, which we will get onto later on in the video. What are your thoughts on the stonework and how well it was done for its time? Do let us know in the comments below what your thoughts are. Now, we want to talk to you about the Egyptian stonework and how important it is to the country of Egypt as a whole. The stonework is at the forefront of almost everything when you think of Egypt. It is used within the vases, as we talked about, the pyramids, the temples, tombs, and many more. The pyramids are instantly the first thing that you think of when Egypt is, and they are all made out of these stones which weigh a ton, and for them to be built, it was such precision and perfection. They symbolize the pharaoh's power and serve as their eternal resting places and are a massive part of the history of Egypt. And the country really does treasure their pyramids as they are so crucial to their culture. Furthermore, temples were built to honor gods and goddesses, and their grand stone structures were designed to reflect the divine order and the pharaoh's connection to the gods. Elaborate tombs and burial structures are also key parts to the stonework for Egypt, such as the Valley of the Kings, which were constructed from stone to provide eternal homes for the deceased and to ensure their immortality for the rest of the time. There is also a lot of symbolism towards the majority of stonework within Egypt, as stone statues and relief carvings depicted gods, pharaohs, and important events, serving both religious and propagandistic purposes. These artworks were crucial in conveying religious beliefs and state ideology. Hieroglyphic inscriptions on stone surfaces recorded religious texts, historical events, and decrees, preserving the cultural and historical legacy of ancient Egypt as we talked about earlier on. Monumental stone structures were symbols of the pharaoh's power and divine authority. The construction of massive stone monuments demonstrated the ruler's ability to mobilize and control large labor forces. Large-scale stonework projects were public works that employed thousands of workers, reflecting the centralized control and organizational capabilities of the state. The stonework is a way for Egyptian people to show off who they are as people and how skilled they are, and they are very proud of what their country has produced over time. Overall, it has to be said that all of the stonework within Egypt is very impressive, but we would love to hear what your thoughts are, so do let us know in the comments below. To end today's video, we want to get into some theories surrounding the stone vases and the stonework as a whole in Egypt. Of course, you have what history has told us in that they used traditional tools made of bronze and copper. However, there is some idea around if there was advanced technology was used. Some researchers suggest that the ancient Egyptians might have had access to advanced technologies or techniques that have since been lost. This could include advanced forms of drilling, laths, or even more speculative technologies. The high degree of precision in vase manufacturing, such as perfectly symmetrical shapes and smooth surfaces, and the ability to hollow out extremely narrow necks and complex internal structures. It has to be said that a lot of people believe this theory due to how hard it would have been for them to make all of these vases, temples, and pyramids to look so perfect. However, there is a lack of actual evidence to back up this theory, and it is pure speculation. But you can understand why so many people think the stonework was done by aliens or something due to how good it looks. Another theory is that the ancient Egyptian people had an early example of a drill, with a more specific version of the traditional tool theory suggesting that the Egyptians used a combination of abrasives and a rotating drill to hollow out the vases. This method might have involved a fixed, tubular drill made of copper or bronze, combined with a slurry of abrasive material like quartz sand. Now, of course, they would have not used this drill to make the stone vases, but more likely for the pyramids and temples, which were much more bigger projects than the vases. Aliens have been well talked about over time with Egypt, and with the stone vases, it is no different. Many people argue that the precision and craftsmanship of Egyptian stone vases are beyond the capabilities of the tools known to have been available to the ancient Egyptians. They suggest that advanced alien technology such as laser cutters or other high-precision tools could explain the intricate designs and smooth finishes. There is a chance that this is possible, but if not, it does display how talented the people thousands of years ago were. We do not know if aliens had a part to play or not, but what is for certain, whoever did the stonework was pretty goddamn talented. Overall, the stonework done in ancient Egypt is a work of art. While it has its theories on who actually created it, it is still something that has a lot of people interested, just like you watching this video. Was it the talented Egyptian people who made the stone vases and many more? Or was it aliens or something else? We'll have to keep guessing. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and make sure that you subscribe for more videos just like this one, and you do not want to miss out.